Today is Monday, February 28th, the last Monday of the month. Black History Month, a month of celebrating love, and or redefining love, right? The relationship that you have to it. And tomorrow is March 1st, so it's actually pretty nice because we will be experiencing a month that has no retrograde. So month is the month, not May, March, sorry, is the month to get started. And so, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Okay. I like this message. I can dig it. And hopefully y'all can pick up what I just laid down. So this evening's message is brought to you by the Goddess Sarasvati. Okay. I like saying her name because it just makes me feel fancy. Sarasvati. So anyway, she's a Hindu goddess of the arts. Sarasvati helps us create in all forms of expression, such as music, writing, dancing, and eloquent speaking. Please help me with that because I'm a little tongue-tied today. Thank you. The wife of Brahma, Sarasvati prizes knowledge and creative expression above material possessions. Her symbols include a white swan, the veena, which is the musical instrument that she's playing there, and it's the book of knowledge. Okay, she helps us focus our minds on our creative projects and not get distracted or procrastinate. Awesome. I need that in my life. No distractions, no procrastinations, just steady moving forward and focus. I think this is also interesting because it talks about the book of knowledge that she has access to. And so to me, the book of knowledge would be kind of similar to one's Akashic record book, or that big book in the sky that God has that keeps track of all our shortcomings and mishaps and sins and so forth. If you have more of a religious background, you may understand that concept. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard that. But it is a book of knowledge because it provides you information, karmic information, as far as what serves you, what doesn't. What a lot of people don't know or have not been taught or told is that you can actually rewrite it. You know, they got plenty of versions of the Bible, so you can rewrite your own book of knowledge, your own Akashic record book, by simply asking your spirit guides to update it. So that's kind of how easy that is. If you ever want to update your karma, just put some good karma out there. But I like to ask my angels and my spirit guides and I can talk to my Akashic record keeper. There is a keeper that can assist you in updating it so that all your kind deeds are now updated and documented. And therefore, as you move forward, guess what? You have a clearer foundation, more supportive foundation with more positive energy that you've added to it and so forth. So with that being said, that allows you to create and express yourself in the most authentic way as you move forward without all the extra baggage, So, the arts. Go ahead and take a moment as you begin to soften your gaze. And before closing the eyes, you're just noticing all the stuff that's around you, to the left and to the right. Taking a moment just to check in with your physical space, and then on the next breath, begin to close the eyes. Now shifting your focus within. And just feeling things out. Noticing the thoughts that may be flowing through the mind. things calling for your awareness, your attention. Just observe, notice. Checking in a little deeper with how you're feeling. Perhaps you label these emotions, or you just allow them to be without judgment or expectation of how you should be in this moment. And then just allowing the next breath to usher love and light into every cell and fiber of your being. Celebrating yourself for being here, showing up, validating yourself, co-creating this sacred, holy space. Knowing that your presence here is also a gift. In this co-creation, this expression, extension of divine, sovereign, feminine. And just allow yourself to relax and begin to surrender. Ready to receive, willing to release. Allowing that divine feminine essence to just flow through you. She pours into you from above, allowing her essence to fill your crown, and inviting this energy down to the mind, seeing it flow through the mind's eye, down your face, washing over and through the neck and shoulders, down into the arms and into your hands and fingertips. Feeling yourself open and receptive. To the information, the guidance, the wisdom that is here for you this evening. That of your higher self, that of the divine feminine, and all of her wisdom and knowledge through all time and space. This energy continues to fill your body, moving down through the heart space, taking a deep breath in, and on the exhale, allowing it to just flow down the belly. Eventually, it begins to pour down into the hips, filling your entire womb. This soft yet transformative, gentle and powerful energy, gracefully moving through you down the legs, to your feet and your toes. And as you connect to this divine essence that you embody, power of this energy beginning to radiate, filling the entire space around you. You slip into a space of sweet, soft energy. It's nurturing, intuitive, creative, wise. And in this space, you know, it is completely safe for you to be here, but also for you to explore and to discover, to learn and to grow, to heal, to cry, to laugh, to feel, and just be. Deep breath in. On the exhale, releasing an audible sigh, mouth open. Taking 2 more rounds of breath in this manner, inhaling through the nose, and on the exhale, releasing an audible sigh. Repeating just 1 more time. Bringing the lips back together and just allowing yourself to be. Breathing at your own rhythm. Noticing the cadence of your breathing. Perhaps allowing the breath to become more expansive, or the more life force energy, the more breath you take in, the more filled with life you are. As you exhale, it allows you to just begin to flow in and out, with and without. Noticing that subtle space, that void after the inhale, but right before the exhale. That space, that moment after you completely exhale, and right before you inhale once again. See for just this moment if you can just observe all the aspects of your breathing. This allows your awareness to anchor further within your body. Begins to support the energy and motion. Needs to flow through you. So that you can create more space to embody the light, divinity, beauty that you are. A unique experience that you bring into this world. Your presence, a gift. all of those around. And the more we allow ourselves to embrace who we truly are, a multifaceted woman, a complex being, human evolving through this collective experience, begin to show up more authentically as the creation that we are meant here to be, aligned with purpose, pleasure, and prosperity. In this space, we receive this evening's message to express ourselves through creative activities that allow our imagination to take us beyond, take us higher to places of untapped potential, wisdom, and grace. You are a limitless being. At any time it seems that you have restrictions in time, money, space, resources, it's only because your mind is focused upon material things. But you are more than that, which you can attain and acquire. You can unlimit yourself simply by lifting the cloak of material world from your focus. Feel this energetic cloak being lifted off of you so that you can truly see yourself as a divine, creative being. And just know that through this process of unveiling and revealing your truest self, know that music is also essential for the expression of non-material ideals and energy. Music colors our surroundings with emanations from the highest vibrational fields. Sound sets the tone for our being. Think about it. You hear a song that you enjoy. What happens? How do you feel? Maybe your mood is lifted. Maybe you begin to move the body, sway the hips, dance. Ecstatic pleasure. Music allows us to escape. Sound allows us to escape the limitations within our thinking and very existence. Music is transcendental. It allows you to move beyond, but yet it connects as well. Think about the times you've been to a place filled with different faces, races, different ethnicities, culture, genders. But when a particular song comes on, everyone starts to move and dance and have fun. The veils of illusion are lifted, and we all realize that we are moving to the rhythm of one universal song. Surround yourself in music. Allow it to stimulate your creative thinking, to spark new ideas. Flow sounds all around. Listen. Flow with music and give yourself full permission to do the research, investigating, experiment, putting your creative ideas into action. Remember, you are limitless. Your essence moves beyond. The wisdom that is available is beyond this time, this space. And it is through your creativity, your imagination, that you can access and resource within this space over and over again. Tap in to endless possibilities. It is through your creativity in which you can As you allow your mind to stretch far open, allow any veils of illusion, of lack, struggle, or strife within your life to be lifted. It's as if the curtains of the material world being moved to the side. You begin to see things with fresh eyes, seeing things through and from the windows of soul. Not only your physical eyes, but your intuitive eyes. Your third eye, the space between the brows. Breathe into this space. Allow it to soften so that you can truly see beauty that surrounds you. So that you can see beyond the illusions of fear, false evidence appearing real. In the space you create your reality. A better reality. A more refined existence. And at times like these, it may be hard to see the goodness that is out there, but when you choose to see the beauty, the helpers, positives, you begin to fuel that energy. And when you begin to express your truth in a loving way to others, assist them, showing them not only where to look, but also what to see. In this way, you become a teacher, a way shower, a leader, a pillar of beauty, strength, grace, and endless possibilities. You begin to show what the embodiment of the divine feminine human form looks like, what she's capable of, what she can do. Her power is creating. Over and over again, she recreates herself just like nature itself. And this is part of you. Think of how many times, even in this incarnation, you have reinvented yourself, had to recreate yourself from rubble and ashes of struggle and strife. Those tower moments that may have taken you down. However, you took that rubble, those broken moments, and allowed them to build one on top of the other, recreating a new foundation for yourself. And one by one, brick by brick, you rebuilt yourself. You allowed yourself to love again, to heal, to evolve, to ascend, transcend. Your soul has recreated itself time and time again, pun intended, because you are limitless. There is no limit except those of your thoughts. And so just remember, when you begin to feel restricted, when you begin to feel lack, when you begin to feel cornered or stuck, stagnant, uncertain, it is in that moment you can simply reconnect, taking a deep breath. And once again, allowing your mind to stay open, allowing your heart to stay open so that you can receive the goddess guidance, the wisdom, the inspiration that is available, accessible. Just breathe. various meanings of tonight's message is to play some music, sing, dance, draw, doodle, maybe paint, write, journal, make a vision board, do something creative. Something that'll allow you to just be in the moment, to play, to enjoy yourself, to enjoy expressing yourself. Maybe it's time to study or change, set an intention for a career that gives you more creative freedom. How would that feel? To have a career that allows you to express your creative self. Maybe it is you that creates this new career. So for just a moment, tap into that. It is your divine birthright as a woman to create. If you notice that you feel restricted in your creativity, experiencing some sort of creative block, just check in with yourself and see if maybe you have what that should look like in a box. Maybe when you think of someone who's a creative, a creator, you see it a certain way. Maybe that is the limitation. How can you recreate that visual? Maybe recreating that individual. Maybe let go of stereotypes, judgments, expectations of what that should look like. And maybe that gives you the space to make it look different, make it feel different. If the goddess guidance is speaking to you and urging you to step out of your comfort zone, to try something new, fun, playful, then maybe it's time to take a creative class. Something that will just allow you to expand your horizons and to maybe see, oh, I am actually good at this. There's more potential here than I gave myself credit for. Or maybe you realize this is not for me, but I enjoy learning through this process. And in that awareness, one that shows I am open and willing to explore and to discover. All the various facets of who I am being reflected back to me. Through each and every experience. Maybe it's time to invest in an artistic hobby. Something that you may be able to layer on to all that you are already doing. Or perhaps that will help serve as a foundational piece to your future. An example may be if you are, for example, building a new business, maybe if it includes public speaking, you decide to look into Toastmasters to strengthen your communication skills. Maybe you take a digital marketing class on social media promotions and branding so that you can create the image, energy for your business, for how you want to show up and be seen. Maybe you choose to take a dance class just to allow the energy to move through you so that you can have fun and laugh, play, and then just enjoy the sisterhood that may surround you in those dance classes. And who knows, maybe meet a new friend, maybe find some assistance, some guidance in building a network. And as you invest in that hobby and you build your network, and then you're able to move differently, not just physically, but in the heart space, in the mind, in spirit. If you are someone who may have all the ideas flowing to you and may get overwhelmed by all of your options, just write them down. Document your ideas. Keep a journal of your ideas. Who knows? Maybe those ideas aren't necessarily for you. Maybe you are serving as a channel and can help others with those ideas. Maybe you have an idea that you can monetize or allows you to leverage your creativity, and you sell that idea to someone else, and they are able to take it, grow it, expand it. But you were the seed that planted that thought. And as you witness this growth, find gratitude in knowing that the potential lies within you to create more and more, again and again. You are wise. You are intuitive, insightful. All the knowledge and wisdom that you need to access lies within. The key is an open mind and open heart. That your highest creative essence can pour into you abundantly. You are connected to this source at all times. Just breathe. Slowly, gently, begin to bring your awareness back into the room, back into your space, back into your body, wiggling your toes, your fingers, bringing some movement to your fine and wonderful body. And you're giving yourself a little love, being here and showing up. And then when you are ready, taking a deep breath once again, coming out of trance and opening your eyes. right. Well, with the climate of today's world, I think that was a uplifting message, just bringing a little light to some of the heaviness. Mhm. But it's very interesting. So a couple things. With tonight's message of the arts, in case you missed it, and Sarasvati says express yourself through creative activities. Um, at some point into night's meditation, I don't know why I said tonight like that. That was real long and broken down. But in tonight's meditation, I had mentioned something about as a woman, it is your job, or not job, but it's part of your mission actually. Purpose this life. We can have multiple missions and purposes. So if you ever think, like, I don't know my life purpose, you might already be serving like 5 of them and you're just focused on the one. Okay. So just remember that. That's one of those ways of shifting your perspective of things, opening up the mind to seeing things a little differently, the mind's eye, I guess, to seeing things a little differently, because you can have multiple purposes. Okay, we have multi-purpose. We have shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. If that can do all those 3 things, okay, I don't know how efficient it is, but you can be multi-purposeful too. All right, so, but with that being said, it's interesting because there's a saying how women, that is our gift, right? Our innate ability is to create, not just new life, physically, as far as like children, childbearing stuff and all that. But just, if you ever think about it, you talk to men sometimes, and they typically have a linear way of looking at things. But when a woman steps in and says, oh, well, how about this? Or how about that? They're like, oh, that's a good idea. I don't know about you, but think about maybe some of the people who have spoken to you, and maybe felt mentally stuck or something. Just your idea, sparked something within them that they were like, what, thank you, actually. I'm going to go do that. Or that makes sense. So even in that way, you are being purposeful. It doesn't have to always be this big grand. We're not all here to be, Oprah and Deepak and all, some of these more popular names. We all serve a purpose. And so in those different avenues, we can allow ourselves to, I want to say, practice not just self acceptance, but really self love and what I would call self realization, realizing that we are more than we may give ourselves credit for. I think also, with that being said, there's a story or a little phrase or something that I've heard before, as far as women and our ability to create. The story, or I guess the saying, whatever it is if you give a woman a house, right? She makes it a home. Okay, it's a homemaker. That's obvious. If you give a woman food, right? She can make a meal. We see that on the holidays a lot. Big mom in the kitchen, she got all the groceries, everybody got it. She's making the meal for everybody, recreating things. If you give a woman a seed, sperm, basically, then she creates new life, right? A baby. So if you give her any shit, okay, remember that's gonna come. She's gonna create some with that too. So just be mindful. Whatever you give a woman, she multiplies, and that can be multiplied by 2. It might be multiplied by thousands, hundreds, millions. Look at Oprah. You know what I mean? Look at people like that, and you just see, oh my gosh, how much they've allowed themselves to creatively express their truths, and that allows them to be that teacher, the guide. And so I think that's a really cool story to think about. Just give a woman, and whatever you give a woman, she can take it and make something else out of it. So just be real mindful about what you're giving that woman. Okay. Anyway, so with that also being said, let's see, tonight's collective. Okay, let me see. So the message tonight for the collective is to, that came real fast. It was to basically like be mindful of the energy that you're taking in. I know that with some of the stuff going on in the world right now, we may be a little overexposed to things, and it's okay to take a step back and just say, you know what, I just need to put my phone down for a minute and just woosah. And then, you know what, go in your kitchen, pour a little glass of wine, whatever, turn that music up. Get to dancing, having fun, read a book, do something just to shift your energy, shift your perspective, shift your mind, feed and nurture yourself in other ways right now. If you're going to be taking in information, make sure you're also taking in some of the good, along with the other stuff, so that you have a balance. You don't end up feeling depleted or heavy. I know that some of us who do this work can naturally be empathic, and we can feel the pain and the, of others and the struggles of others and so forth. But us coming down to that level of heaviness is, I think, is a strength, being able to feel that, have compassion, sympathy, and empathy towards others is a strength, because you can be real closed off, right? To be apathetic. But that's not what I'm talking about here. Here, I'm just talking about more so being able to feel what others are feeling is a gift. And the practice of mindfulness comes in and recognizing that that necessarily is not necessarily, it's not all your responsibility, but what you can do is, right, you're responsible for yourself. There's only two things you can control. One is your breath. The second is that which you cannot control, your reaction to that which you cannot control. And so even in those spaces of heaviness, we need to find those moments of light, and that light can, moments of light and lightheartedness, so that we can uplift and not just allow ourselves or others around us to kind of get stuck in this heaviness. When we can do that, we become the alchemist, we become a transformer, robot, but we become a transformer, a way shower, a light worker. All right. In order to be a light worker, you also have to be a shadow worker, because light and shadow, they coexist. You wouldn't see the stars if it wasn't for the darkness that surrounds it. So it's just one of those things where remember the light that you are, and spread light, spread awareness, but also spread light, because there's a lot of people that need it at this time. So that is your collective message, and in that space of sharing light, you are creating a new experience, not only for yourself in that moment, but that little trickle or ripple effect will hopefully help us to create a better society, and better experience as a human collective. Okay, so that is that. Peace and love. We're going to go into which I really didn't realize this shirt here. It's kind of fitting, actually, because what we see going on in the world kind of is very similar to some of the things from the 70s and all this stuff. Anyways, all right. Y'all have a good evening, and I am going to stop the recording.